Oh, I didn't want to do that.
Morning, it's Friday the 10th of October. I'm on the mountain bike today, as you can see, the old Riddick, and we're going to go through Bunny Old Woods, which is an ancient woodland, through West Leake, on the West Leake Hills, Gotham Hills, and make our way back. But we might do a few detours along the way, so I'm not exactly sure how far we're going to go. So yeah, come along, hopefully it'll be a good one. So there's Bunny Woods, and over there is Bunny Hall and the village of Bunny. Now apparently, somewhere in these fields, Henry VII's army camped on the way to the Battle of East Stoke in 1487. I think he left Leicester and headed to meet his challenger, the Yorkish challenger, which was headed by the young pretender Lambert Simnel. He was only 10 years old. He was obviously a figurehead, and apparently his army camped here a few days before the battle, before heading on to, I think it was Rushcliffe-on-Trent, and then on to East Stoke, which was a decisive victory, and that was the end of the War of the Roses. There's Bunny Woods to the right. Turning left here, entering the village of Bunny, down to Gotham Lane. Right, I'll bring you back when I get onto the bridleway and off this road. This bike is heading to some hills above East Leake. Well, we're getting a byway, you can get all sorts of vehicles down here, can't you? So already there's some deep ruts where vehicles have come along here. And need to have my wits about me, otherwise I'm going to be coming off here. It's getting steeper now. It's nice and green though, with a few of the golden and yellow leaves. Beautiful. Well, I'm hoping the views are going to be worth it on top of here, but it's a little bit overcast. We'll see what we can see when we get to the top. I mean, it's not the biggest climb in the world, but you know you've done it. I don't know if you can just see that, the British gypsum works there. Whoa. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Reminds me, I must invest in some wood guards. We're just coming out of the village of East Leake. There we go. Stocking Lane. Right, we're entering the danger zone now, right next to the golf course. Can't see too many people on it, so I think we're okay. Right, we're on the ridge now, and the views are opening up. Again, a little bit hazy, but I can just see Gotham down there, and there's going to be the burial mound is in there, as well as a cuckoo bush. I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's ground saturated. Must have had a bit of rain up here. Yeah, sadly the view somewhat restricted with the mist. There's Gotham down there. Yeah, so this is a Neolithic burial ground, but stuck in bleak and barren now, but it is a peaceful sight. I do love coming here. So rumour has it that the people of Gotham feigned madness to avoid paying like taxes from King John, because he wanted to build a highway through here, through Gotham, and they did things like try to drown an eel and build a bush to keep a cuckoo in it, even though the cuckoo flew away, and all sorts of things that they were trying to do to convince the king's men that they were all mad. And obviously people thought madness was contagious then, so they persuaded the king to avoid Gotham, and therefore they avoided all those taxes. Time for a little snap. Right, we're just going to carry on down this bridle way now. And we're just going to cross the Keywoth Road and head up over those hills. It's easy to go straight across here, so you got to be careful. So even though this isn't very high, it's very steep, this little bit. This isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. Continue along this ridge until we and then we'll descend into Gotham. There we go. And you do get some amazing views. You have to trust me on that. In fact, I think there's a placard down here that tells, not a placard, a plaque that tells us what you can see on a clear day. Let's have a look what we're supposed to be able to see. Little glimmer there, can I see it? There we go. That is the River Trent. Yeah, part of the River Trent. Just get some great views up here though. Oh, this is a bit slippery. Ooh. Oh God. So we're just coming to the centre of Gotham now. I think this is the where the old well was. Might be wrong. Let's have a look. Go down Moor Lane, heading towards the moor. Well, it's probably more like a swamp back in the day, and I think they drained it for agricultural land. Right, so this is Moor Lane coming out of Gotham, and it's heading towards the Great Central Railway line, which is about, I think it's about 10 miles of it from Ruddington to the Loughborough. That's still in operation, run by volunteers. But this itself here, this bit looks like an old railway line, so I'll have to check that. So it's all fields to the left, which is obviously what the moor was drained for. Yeah, I can see the railway line now. So if we carry on in this direction, I'll be heading to Ruddington, where the rail line ends up.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, please give it a like and subscribe, and leave any comments, and that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Right, I think I'm going to go for the longer route today, so I'm going to head into Ruddington along this, well, like I say, it is a footpath technically, and if anybody comes along, we'll just get off and walk right next to the railway line. Yeah, so the paths are narrowed now, definitely more footpathy, but like I said, I'll keep my eye out for pedestrians, and I'll get off if I come across anybody. It's a cracking path though, brilliant. Some little branches there, watch those, some roots. So I've just come off the main road and coming into the country park. This is absolutely brilliant country park. So we used to live in Ruddington in the late 90s and up to mid 2000s. And this park has really matured now. I think they planted these trees in the 90s when it's all landscaped, but absolutely brilliant place. Yeah, we'll do a little detour around the lake, I think. This is Memorial Avenue. People plant trees to loved ones that have departed. So this used to be, during the Second World War, I think they used to, I don't know if they manufacture or store munitions here. And then it was all landscaped in the 90s. And trees planted, thousands and thousands. It's absolutely beautiful now, really maturing nicely. So we've come out of Rushcliffe Park in Ruddington, just on the main road now, the A60 between Nottingham and Loughborough. So I could carry on here to home, or turn left up a bridleway and do a bit of a detour, which I think I might do. So gravel has given way to grass now as we make our way to Plumtree. That's a nice name, it's a nice little village that. Well, let's go past this mega farm. Oh, and I missed the entrance. Well, I've had better views. Right, we're just coming into the old graveyard of Flawforth Church, which was demolished in 1773, I believe, because it was in such a state of disrepair that it wasn't worth fixing, and they've got a church in Ruddington which they could use instead. So yeah, just left with some gravestones. I think there's a church here from the Saxon time, 7th or 8th century. So here's a little bit of info about it. And there's the outline of the church. Right, not too far from home now. Yeah, thank you. And if you haven't already liked, subscribe, and you want to leave a comment, please do so. It all helps. Thank you very much. Cute, cheesy music, but ultimately copyright free.
Right, so here's the Strava route for today's ride. We left the village of Keywoth, heading towards Bunny Old Woods, and then we cycled through Bunny Old Wood before turning back onto the A60, heading towards Bunny, and then left towards the village of East Leake. But before we got to East Leake, we turned onto a byway, up onto the top of the hills, and then down into the village of East Leake itself. Went through East Leake before heading up towards the West Leake Hills, past Rushcliffe golf course, stopped at the Cuckoo Bush, the old tumulus, before heading up towards Gotham Hills, and then down into the village of Gotham itself, before cycling down Moor Road, and then following the old railway in towards the village of Ruddington and Rushcliffe Country Park. Went through Rushcliffe Country Park, back on the A60, and then off on a bridleway past Flawforth Old Church, and then towards the village of Plumtree before heading back to Keywoth. and that was about 37 kilometres.